It is a typically chilly and foggy January morning here in Northern California, but it's a perfect time for me to show you a great little technique that you can use in all sorts of woodworking projects. Let's head on into the shop and get started. I've got a thin piece of brass foil and a scrap board that I'm just going to tack it to on the corners. What I'm doing right now is applying these peel and stick letters that I picked up at a craft store, and wow, it's really tedious putting these on one by one. But the idea here is that, well, my wife is a huge fan of Jane Austen, and so I thought it would be nice for Valentine's Day to make her a gift and include a quote from Jane Austen. Well, that took a while, but I got all the letters applied. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a patina effect on this brass, and you can use other types of metals, I'm sure would work out fine too. And then I'll peel the letters off. In other words, the brass is all going to turn kind of a greenish color, kind of like, you know, the Statue of Liberty. All right, I've got a shallow pan here that I'm pouring some ammonia into it. And woo, it's hard to breathe that stuff. Anyways, I've got a couple of risers here. I just cut little pieces of plastic. And I'm going to set my board on top of those. I don't want this in the ammonia, I just want the fumes of the ammonia to create the patina. And to do that, I need to spray this just lightly with some water. Now I'll set this back down there, close it up, and let it sit for a couple of hours. Well, it's been about 4 hours now. I left it in there longer than I planned on, but I don't think it makes any difference how long you leave it in there. I think eventually it's going to, you know, patina up as much as it's going to, and that's that. So there's what it looks like, and oh man, those ammonia fumes are bad. So let me cover this up and get on to the next scene. Alright, now I'm just going to wipe off this excess moisture. Now it's just a matter of scraping off all these vinyl letters. I got all those letters scraped off, and now I'm just going to wipe it down with some rubbing alcohol to remove some of that gooey, sticky stuff that was holding them on. What I'm going to do with this is make a pencil holder for my wife's office, and I thought that the quote was appropriate for an office setting. So what I've done is I cut out a piece of drain pipe, and I'm just going to wrap this around it and glue it on. And I'll just use some epoxy for that. Finally, I took a piece of MDF and just cut a round base and glued this on with some epoxy. And then I spray coated it with some lacquer, and my pencil holder is done. Well, life does seem to be but a quick succession of busy nothings. I do like that quote from Jane Austen. Maybe I should read Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Darcy! Mr. Darcy! I don't think that's going to happen. But anyways, it's a good quote for, you know, an office situation or something. And you don't even have to, you know, you put a quote on there. You could just put, you know, happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day, you know, happy birthday, Kyle Reagan, something like that. I have found that it works better actually not to use the smaller letters. I think that you could come up with all sorts of other, maybe stickers, or you could just place things onto the metal to create an outline. And I think the patina is really kind of cool. You could come up with all sorts of interesting ways to implement that into a woodworking project. If you do try it out, or if you come out with other techniques, I'm sure there's a lot of different ways to do this. Let me know. I'd love to hear them. All right. Thanks for watching. Visit me on my website, woodworkingformeremortals.com. I will talk to you later.